is just fantastic. Captain's log, subdates 210920.5. I'm sending an away team of 1, so just me, to mine a rather tasty looking block of latinum. Once I've got it, because we need a new safe, I'm going to stash it temporarily in Bork's keister for safety purposes and of course, to get his lobes buzzing. We've had 4 attempts at this. 4 attempts at trying to find one legitimate Karen. And we have still yet to get one. The prevailing view with the last one is, actually it's arguably while the coffer is a dick, the person holding the camera was acting more like a Karen, but there was vital context missing. Much like that with the bus window smasher, there was some context missing. Unlike the bread diddler, we knew exactly what we were getting, and if anything the argument there is, it's probably more a cultural thing. And with the coffee shop drama queen, we really didn't see enough to get a Karen out of it. So for the first 3 I said, I did not believe that any of them were Karens. And the 4th one was the closest we'd come to a Karen, but without additional context, because we all know there was more. We cannot be sure, and it looks a little cherry-picked. Let's go with that. Today we have something different. As you noticed from the title, Karen's on a plane, or Karen on a plane. A play on of snakes on a plane. Snacks. Step on snack. Much like the previous 4 that we have done, this has come courtesy of TikTok. You know, that ultra king cringe site or app. One that I'm hoping, like Vine, just disappears. It's funny in some areas, but those people need to be elsewhere. Perhaps on a commie site like YouTube. I'll get to that comment on Thursday. With this particular Karen of the day, or wannabe Karen, many people are divided. There is in fact an article covering this, and the comments with the video itself on TikTok are also quite divisive, which I'm okay with, so perhaps now would be a good time to play the clip. Do I think the person who was not best impressed at the loud music is a Karen? No. And now we go down a rabbit hole because reasons. Because I have questions. The first is, why do you need music that loud to begin with? The second, when in an enclosed space, why be so inconsiderate? And 3, why do TikTok users still misuse the word Karen? For this now, we're going to embellish on those 3 questions. So for the first, why do you need music that loud to begin with? I see this all the time with people in their cars. If I can hear the music from your car at the end of the street, I have a number of questions for that. Are you impaired in some manner? Or do you want to be impaired in some manner? Do you want music so loud it alters your heartbeat? Do you think having music that loud makes you cool? The answer to all of those should be no. But if you are partially deaf and do require louder music, might I recommend earphones? Preferably not ones you're going to run out of charge of because of the obnoxiously loud volume you have them on, but also they're not going to blow your blasted eardrums out, because this does raise a number of questions about why you feel the need to have it so loud. What are you trying to drown out? Is it the sound of the aeroplane? The sound of the car perhaps? The sound of everyone walking by because you're carrying a wireless Bluetooth speaker and you can't help but blast out your ridiculously sounded tunage. If it's not power metal, see yourselves out. Usually people who play music that obnoxiously loud are the types that actually can't appreciate all the many complex layers within the music itself. Even something as menial as a 3-chord band. You can't hear it if you've got it so loud that your ears start to bleed. So to the second question, when in an enclosed space, why be so inconsiderate? Because that is what you're doing. Others around you just want a peaceful journey. Not everyone packs their own earphones to listen to their own playlists. Some people want to rest. Some people just want peace and quiet, like a quiet coach on a train. You can still listen to your music and enjoy your music, but you don't need it so loud that you admit it's loud, that others then have to cover their ears with napkins because they don't have earmuffs or earplugs to drown out the drivel coming from your ears. Which is another reason why no one thinks the person who was not best impressed with your loud music is a Karen. And to the third question, why do many TikTok users misuse the word Karen? Well, that one is fairly obvious. Easy views, easy growth, easy clout. Essentially, cheap. It's called playing a game, and I fully appreciate and respect it. But I will concede, people that spend their time doing that generally have nothing constructive to add to any conversation. And that goes for the discussion on what is and is not a Karen. Because where we sit right now, it is 0 for 5 in the Karen or not scorecard. So the next question I have on my list is the person who was recording this either a twat, a dick, or themselves a bit of a Karen? They're definitely the first two. Mostly because when I'm on public transport and I hear obnoxiously loud music, unless that person turns it down, I'm going to make their journey a living hell. So you're a dick. That is a guarantee. You are that. You don't need music that loud to begin with, and while you're free to do it anyway until someone tells you otherwise, like an air steward, if someone has simply asked you to turn it down and you decide to record a video on it, no, you're a dick. I'm starting to get a feeling we're not going to find ourselves a legitimate Karen at this point, which makes me quite sad. So I'm going to read some of the comments here underneath the video. When you get seated next to a Karen, funniest flight I've took yet. Crying emoji laughing, crying emoji laughing, crying emoji laughing. Cody, not gonna lie, if I can hear your music when you have headphones in, it's probably too loud. R. Clay, planes are super loud. If the person next to you can hear it, you're the problem. Chick with soul, just because you want to listen to your music doesn't mean others do. Be respectful of others around you and do better. Andri, unpronounceable. You're in an airplane. Respect the others. It's not so difficult to be a little kind sometimes. User all the numbers. I don't know. If she can hear your music, it must be too loud. Being on a plane, you have to respect everyone else around you. Hammond cheese. Is she a Karen or should you just turn your music down? I think, depending on how long the flight is, it's going to be amusing when your battery runs out. Because if you have it on the loudest setting, that battery life isn't going to last as long as it tells you it can last if you have it on a more reasonable setting. But I could be wrong. We are talking about crapple products here. And I just used a pair of Soundcore Bluetooth earphones that even if I turn them up to their loudest setting, no one can hear them because I restricted them. Because again, I'm not a dick when it comes to public transport. With this particular incident, and rather crappy video that has seen over 500,000 views since its release on the 7th of September, I'd like to know what you think about it. It's a short one, and obviously I had to crop out the audio, because again, they use music, and I don't want to get copyrighted. Striked? Yeah. Do let me know in the comments down below. As a final thing, I'm going to stream on Twitch tonight, more than likely some fishing. If I don't see you there, have a fantastic day and thank you all very much for listening.